Hello Virgo, welcome to a timeless Justice for Virgo reading where you have decided to check into a collective reading held by me, 7th, to see whether or not anything applies to you or resonates with you. Bear in mind that this is not a one-to-one reading, and more or less the word justice is part of the reason why you may have decided to click on this reading. And bear in mind that this reading is connected to the 𝗖𝘀𝗵𝗔𝗽𝗽 sister channel that I have. I have two channels. I run her channel 𝗖𝘀𝗵𝗔𝗽𝗽 and her sister channel 𝗖𝘀𝗵𝗏. To divvy between both of those channels, you can check out the description box below. And as I get ready for your reading, bear in mind a few things that because this is 𝗖𝘀𝗵𝗔𝗽𝗽's channel, this reading may more or less trigger, and it may or may not be merciful. Bear that in mind as far as the likability on your part at the end. In regards to me, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who I am, what I'm all about, and what I have to offer, there is, again, information in the description box. Bear in mind that I am a master healer that provides remote wellness and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, femininity encapsulates feminine and masculine energies, and masculinity also encapsulates feminine and masculine energies. Justice for Virgo. I'm feeling already like hands are tied, hands are full. Someone might be having like issues with the hand, so that might be like arthritis related, more if it's already been a problem, more so now than ever before. Flares of rheumatoid arthritis I'm hearing, chronic ailments, just over it. Okay, I also feel that you will find more relief for yourself, so that's amazing. Once you, or if you, should you take a peek at my bio, you will have seen more or less that I've also battled with a chronic ailment. All right, the Empress. So like I said, there is clarity, there is relief. There is relief to be found. There is relief to be had. And more of the shit is, pain is the pathway of reaching the nirvana. Yeah, pain is the pathway of reaching the nirvana of one, change, and two, towards betterment. Okay. There's a famous quote, I don't know who says it, but about pain is weakness leaving the body, right? And you Virgos, you can really wrap your mind around that and like hone it down and like hold it down as well. And like, all right, let's do this shit. Like, what do I have to do? What do I have to change? Like I said, let's do this shit. All right, what do I have to do? What do I have to change? You're in the midst of pain. You understand pain is destruction leaving you. If it comes recurring patterns of what would be chronic, it is, something within the on the cellular level that is powerful enough. Look at that. There's something on a singular cellular level that is powerful enough that you may not see it because it's cellular, but that doesn't mean you can't get rid of it, all right? The 10 is bringing you back to the 1, all right? A full reset for you. It's fantastic, all right? You don't see it, but you will feel the symptoms of it, and more or less, you will feel the symptoms of pain, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, I'm not feeling it, and that's like, that might be very new for you, and I wish that for you, that relief. So Someone may be in a teetering relationship, I'm getting, with Aquarius energy. Go ahead and check out the Justice for Aquarius readings, because, I mean, there's just something within the stratosphere of Aquarius, whether or not that's also mean you have a relationship with yourself and you are heavy somewhere with Aquarius. There's something there that might be like energetically hitting the nail with a hammer, okay? And you might just be able to understand what topic it might be, more or less, or navigational route, more or less, on where relief could be, whether that's tied to relief of people, places, or things, or just chronic. It's part of that is coming through. Someone has experienced a loss lately, and the loss is not new, meaning person has lost before. Maybe they've lost the same person twice. That story will make sense for whomever that wants to and needs to make sense of. Someone wants to take a solo travel. They've never thought it was possible, or they don't think it's possible. And I feel here Ether's going to make sure that shit is going to happen. Because there needs to be massive change. And I don't think any of that change that's fundamental, or even addressing like inner wishes or wants, are going to be addressed in a logical form. Okay, it's more or less going to pop up or disappear. Kind of one of those. You do feel a lot more courageous than most as of late, and even as of late in your recent chapters of your life. Like there's something more like and that feels great too. Like it doesn't need to be talked about. It just wants to announce itself if it's there, and it's like, and you're like, all right, judgment. Okay, so I think that's where I'm getting that. Like, it's nice. It's nice. All right, it's definitely healing. That's for damn sure. But that I always get that hospital first aid coming through here. So just be mindful. Yeah, you might be teetering with a lot of physical pain here. All right, one being illuminated here with pain in the mind, which is how we feel pain, how we become aware of pain, and how we can also rationalize pain with how prominent it is, prevalent, and repetitive. And then also in those extremities, its absence. And boy, are some of y'all like wishing for its absence. So may that absence also come for you and to you, or at least be dealt in your favor. Alright, King of Wands. So I think this is the challenging force, okay? It's the challenging force that is not wanting you to control your own narrative, whether that's tied to family or relationship, or just your inner demons, your inner ego that's like, nope, you're not going to do it. It's like pressing against you, and the energy in between that is what's really actually going to take off and take on the flight. It's fucking fantastic. All right, we have the Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands, and Knight of Wands last, telling the story. So wherever you came in very immature of, and you needed some rebooting, okay, you taking claim in the only way, and the only thing that you can grab out of the situation that you feel called to grab. It's like instantaneous, like a reflex, okay? And that reflex is more or less coming from this energy, the Knight of Wands, because the resistance is asking more or less, that is in this subconscious competition with you, It doesn't want you to leave. It doesn't want you to leave home. It doesn't want you to leave their control. It doesn't want that. It doesn't want you to leave. Okay. At the same time, you're moving. You're doing what you got to do. All right. Some more on that Knight of Wands. You're just learning your lessons here, alright? You're just learning your lessons. Ten of Swords, emotions. Yeah. And that at the same time, some of that, as you learn your lessons, some of them are happening subconsciously with the way that the waves of the galaxy is moving in the last few years. All right, that some of the shit that thinks it can stay in the darkness just will not remain in the darkness any longer. It just won't. Okay, that topic just wiped out anything else I was gonna say. Knight of Wands. Alright. Like I said, there's people who don't want you to go. Remember that the Knight of Wands came out after the King of Wands. And it's the people that don't want you to go. It's the people that are subconsciously having it, well, not subconsciously. They have an effect on you physically. Whether you are in a physical relationship, oh shit, it's wedged. Like you're wedged between a rock and a hard place. How fitting. How fitting to be wedged between a rock and a hard place, and it's the Knight of Cups. Jesus Christ. But you are defeating this due to purity. Alright, the Puritan ways of you, Virgo, is totally going to be completely in a very natural symbiosis that will not care how righteous or wrong it is, alright? You are also in many ways mirroring the King of Wands energy, but you are not interested to manipulate and control and be greedy and be a fuck up, alright? You're more or less going to embody whatever they think you are and whatever they think you are not, and you're going to prove yourself on the ladder. Amazing. Yep, you're going to prove yourself on a ladder. Like I said, everything that was missing from the Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands, and Knight of Wands was the Emperor. And the Emperor is here. With the Star card, you're healing. You are making amends where it counts. Like I said, you're taking notes if need to. You're embracing if you have to. You're disciplining if you need to. And you're getting the fuck out of the way. Minding your own business, because you realize that when you mind your own business, that doesn't mean that you're not actually involved with many other people's fucking business. Quite the contrary. The more you mind your own business, you're inundated with the shit that people are like, oh, since you mind your own business and you look like you're doing a really good job over there, do you have any advice? You know? So you're learning. You're learning, you're growing. Saturn, boundaries, like I said. Alright, you're learning boundaries. I said what I said. Waxing gibbous, reflection. Alright, you're learning from that world around you, and you're moving more or less with only your eye on the prize, which is your intuition, and making sense of that shit. Okay, because you're like, shit, this is loud, and we're like, oh, it's going to get even louder. So you can't what seemed small before is really loud. Alright, it's going to come closer and closer and closer. So it doesn't necessarily matter how much or little you know, it's going to come regardless. coming a lot lately. A deep sigh in the middle of your reading. I mean, deep yawn within people's readings. The overexhaustion. Shattered. Alright, we have fire, burn, that shattered, tired energy, as you are also, it's twofold, okay? You're incorporating a lot of energy and making sense of that, and at the same time using a lot of energy in order to be doing that and keeping grounds, okay? We have Pluto, death twice here because we have Scorpio transformation. So that's resurrection, that's death. That's absolutely phenomenal, all right? As you can see here, the Scorpio is more at her throat, so this is going to talk about, you know, be mindful of who you need to look closer, who you need to keep close, who you need to, whatever that means, okay, for you, and also reflect. Look at the angle, look at the situation from different angles to get a better understanding on when to say something, when not, because your intuition your intuition is very wise right now, okay, and it is literally on fire, and it's literally about to like explode of possibilities here, and you don't want to get lost in the crossfires of anything, and the best way to do that is to learn what the flow of things are. Going back to the star card here, what have you learned? How has it shaped you? What have you learned from what you've gotten from the material world as to how your intuition shaped the material world that you are in symbiosis of at this time? All right, that's all that I have for you at this time. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing.